Okay. Question number 31. The main characteristics of common resources. Now the examiner copied and pasted and changed the small top part. No? Earlier they asked main characteristics of public goods. He copied the same question, put it public goods. May will replace it with this thing. So what are the characteristics of common resources? What are common resources like grasslands, fisheries? Right? They are what? They are non-excludable. Can you stop someone going and fishing? No. Right? He can go and fish any time that he wants. But they are rival. Because if I go in the morning and catch all the fish in that area and come, then when you go 1 hour later, maybe the number of fish that is there is less. So it's non-excludable, but rival. So which one is our answer then? Common property. Answer number 1. Non-rival and excludable. Which one is this case? Non-rival but excludable. We'll soon jot down. What's number 2? Non-rival and excludable, not a pure public. Pure public, non-rival, non-excludable. Non-rival but excludable. This is semi-public, no, or quasi-public good. Things like what? Things like this museum. Things like let's say, what else we have? Highways, right? Parks. Non-rival, non-excludable, pure public. Ability to regulate and excludable, nothing like that. Rival and excludable, these are private. Okay, see the same thing lama your examiner can turn. Now you know how your examiner sets the paper. He'll copy and paste this question and now he will change this as not common resources, he will change it as private goods. That's what they do. 32. Same thing, no? This below would have changed the diagram below. Diagram below shows private cost and social cost, right? If the market is if this market is an unregulated free market, then okay, first of all, what externality is this? There are two cost curves. Social cost is higher. Two cost curves means it's a production externality, positive the negative. Social cost is greater than the private cost. It's a negative externality in production. Negative externality in production. Okay, fine. Then Lamai, where is our social optimal? I'll put that in, our equilibrium. I'll put that in blue. Where private cost equals private benefit. That's the demand curve. Okay. This is our equilibrium. Our equilibrium price, our equilibrium quantity. Where is our social optimal level? Social optimal level, I'll put that in green. Okay. Where social cost equals social benefit. That is here. Okay. So ideally, we have to produce Q2, but we are producing Q3. So is there an overproduction or underproduction? There is a over. Remember guys, negative is over. You don't have to by heart it that way, but just see, you have to be producing SQ, the green one, social optimal level, but you're producing EQ. According to the past paper, Q3. You have to be producing Q2, but you're producing Q3. So there is overproduction. What about the price lemma? You have to charge P3. That's the social optimal level, but you're charging P2. So price is less, no? Price is low. So there is overproduced and price is low. Okay. Let's see which one is our answer then. Level of output is socially optimal. No, level of output is not social optimal. It's more than the social optimal. Level of output is less than the socially optimal. No, it's more. The allocation of resources is efficient. No, it's inefficient. No, you're producing more. Too much output will be produced. Looks correct. Too little output will produce. No. So number 4. No? Can you see? Very easy question, guys. You know the graph, you can get the answer. Can you see now the same few years they change this question here and there and ask the same thing? Can handle? 32. In your year, they can give you a different graph. You have to be able to realize this. You can't memorize this answer and go in your paper. Okay. Then 33. See, this is when the examiner gets bored when he copies and pastes. Probably, I think unit number 8, maybe unit number 8 is made by another professor. That fellow may be very old. He must be very lazy. No, these old fellows are always lazy. What is the answer? Primary balance of the budget is the difference between which one? Total expenditure and total current expenditure. No. Budget deficit, okay, from the overall budget deficit and debt service payments of the government. Half fine. This was a debatable question. At its half fine. Total revenue and total expenditure. So it's not the difference between total revenue, including interest payment. That is wrong. Total revenue including grants and total capital expenditure including interest payment. No. Total revenue including grants and total current expenditure including, again wrong. Right. So now Lamai, this was an interesting one. This is where the examiner made a statement. He made a mistake, right? 2 is also wrong because it's not the difference between the budget deficit and the total debt service payment. It's a difference between the budget deficit and if you add back the interest payment, you get the receipt. Now, debt service means interest and the capital component. Now, here the examiner made a mistake, Lamai. But remember, how did he defend this point? He defended his point by saying, look here, in the paper in the top, what has he mentioned? Go with the most correct answer. So maybe none of it is right. You have to go with the most correct one. So we'll see, is it this one? 2 is also, is the answer 2 in the past paper. Most correct one. Definitely not 1. Total revenue and total expenditure, including interest payment, including interest. All 3, 4, and 5 says including interest payment. Now, one thing you know, in primary account balance, you don't include interest payment. Primary account balance, there is no interest payment. No? So, therefore, he's cutting 3, 4, 5. Even 2 is not 100% correct. Huh? 2 is talking about total debt service payment. So, debt service payments has interest and the capital component. That's also not 100% correct. But still, marks were given for 2. Why? Because you have to go with another. You have to go with in your paper. Remember, I've told this so many times in the mock exam series. I've given questions like this as well. All answers can be wrong, but you have to be smart enough to select what? The most correct answer. So there can be questions in your paper where all the answers are wrong. Now, there is no free marks for econ. I don't know other subjects. Econ, there is nothing called free mark. Even if all answers are wrong, you have to go with the most correct answer. All answers can be correct also. There can be 2, 3 answers that are correct. Again, most correct. You can't say they have to give marks for both of these points. Both are correct. No, most correct. So be very careful there. Is that fine, Lamai? 2021? Bit of a tricky question. So unfair for the students. Pow. Then this one. The share of total outstanding domestic and foreign debt of Sri Lanka as a percentage of GDP in 2019. 2019 we don't know. We'll learn 2021 and 2022. 2021, 2022. Domestic debt and foreign debt. Okay, we'll look at our statistics. I guess that is also there in that thing. So set up this one. Total government debt. Expenditure. Payment. Is not here. No? It should be there in the CBSL report. CBSL annual report 22. Go to the annual report. Go to fiscal policy and government finance. Scroll down, 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 down. Hmm. Yeah, somewhere the foreign debt and listed percentage should page. You need to increase the this is the repayment from debt. Um, okay, here there is no other percentage GDP not there. Okay, we can go with these. Okay, 2022. I'll just I'll until I find the percentage of GDP. 211 percentage of GDP is not there, right? Is it? Okay, I'll just show you guys here. In 2022, here, central government debt, the foreign debt is how much here? From the now 118, if you want, you can calculate the percentage. This total is 113.8. So foreign debt is 12,458. The domestic debt is 15,000. So close to around, I feel 45-55%. Can you all add the two? So 12,000 divided by this, let's see, it should be there somewhere. I can't. Actually, expenditure. I can't find the number foreign debt. It should be there inside one of these paragraphs. Total government debt in outstanding central government debt. Central government debt is not the total one. This is the central government 113.8. So to calculate this, what you can do is 12,458, 15,034. That's the total. 12. Split screen. Okay. So you have how much? You have debt of 12,458 divided by 12,000. Someone, if you have a calculator, Lama, can you calculate 12,458 divided by page this thing? Page how much? 215. Can't find it. 213, 215. Outstanding debt. Interest. It's inside the paragraph. Total outstanding debt increased to 118 from this thing. Mainly due to increase in this. I can't see a percentage here. Here. No, this is interest payments on foreign debt. Interest payments on central government. Total debt service, total amortization. Can't find directly, but I'll calculate and give this to you, Lamai. We can get this is 12,000. This one, how much is that other number? Other number is 15,034, 113.8. 15,034. You multiply this by 113.8. Can someone give me the number here? 12,458 divided by 12,458 plus 15,034. That gives you the percentage of this. You multiply that by 113.8. You'll get the domestic share. How much is that? Anyone? The calculator around no one. Multiplied by 113.8 because it's the total government debt as a percentage of GDP. 12,400 and Don't we get answer? 58 divided by okay, 2021 total is 114. Okay. Foreign is 38.6. So it is 2021. 38.6. Domestic is share of total outstanding debt. Right. Okay. Don't multiply this by 113.8 also. Then you get the as a percentage of GDP. Just divide this, you get as a percentage of total debt. They are asking as a percentage of total debt. This is 66. Is it? Okay. Just divide 12,458 by the total of this 12,458 plus 15,034, 45.31. No? Domestic 12,000 is 12,000 is foreign. Which one was the upper number? 12,000 was the foreign debt. Yeah. So foreign debt is how much? 45%. This is close to around 55. Okay. Those are the numbers for this is 55% of not GDP, 55% of total debt. So if your total debt is 100, 55% of this was domestic, close to around 45% of it was foreign. This is also out of the total debt, okay? Not as a percentage of GDP. Which one can be our answer? So we don't have answers for 2019. For 21 and 22, you can go with these numbers. Is that fine? Okay. Yes, I'll give all the numbers in same. Then 35. Which of the following is considered as a supply side policy? This. Oh shit, these are the percentage of GDP. Right. Ignore this number because these are the percentage of GDP. I'll give you all the proper numbers. For 2022, you can use this. Which ones? Reduction in government budget deficit. I don't think it's going to promote supply side. Granting investment tax credits for businesses to encourage investment. This looked like a tax reform, no? Remember I told you, you give these tax changes and all to improve aggregate supply. Can be. Imposition of tariffs, not really. Transfer of private-owned businesses to government sector. This is nationalization. This is the opposite of privatization. So this is not this. Increase in government spending that would lead to this one. This is a demand side. This is fiscal policy. So which one looks like our answer, guys? For a supply side policy, maybe number 2, no? Is that fine? Granting investment tax credits, it looks like a tax reform. So you tell if you come and start up a new factory or invest or something, we'll give you a tax credit. That means like a refund. Is that fine? Supply side policy. Running a budget deficit, again, more like a fiscal policy. Last one is a fiscal policy. Number 3 looks like a exchange rate policy. Okay, so number 2. Then, yeah, that's it. 21, how did you all do? 35, this one we can ignore because it's outdated. 2, 3, 4. 4, at least 3 out of 4. You can get 4 out of 4 good. At least 3 out of 4 should be nice. Right. Then we'll come to the last paper.